Welcome to the Banter Zone.
The Banter Zone.
Today is
March 6th. Well, it's technically the 7th now.
We're doing this at 1
It's
in
a
the
little
morning.
past midnight. Yes.
Yeah, burning the midnight oil. This is the no spit zone.
This is the no spit zone here.
We had a spitting incident between Papi Cisse
And Johnny Evans.
Oh, disgusting. Absolutely disgusting.
Both spit on each other.
Yeah, it's just
like
disgusting.
a bunch of school children.
So we had tackle on Papi Cisse. Johnny Evans spits on Papi Cisse. He gets back up, argues, brushes his eye, saying pretty much to show the ref that he's been spit on.
Yeah.
And then Cisse returns the favor.
Spits on Johnny Evans.
And then it's disgusting. We don't want this in the game.
Don't
ever. And then it's always in poor taste. Papi Cisse came out and apologized. Johnny Evans comes out and denies it.
Bro, there's at least 30 some odd cameras in that stadium, and they saw you.
Yeah, you can't deny it.
You can't deny, and you can't deny that you spit in a guy's face.
Yeah, exactly. Horrible.
Own up to it. Be a man.
Yeah.
You know what you did.
Yeah.
But they got
6-game suspension for Papi Cisse, 1 game added for a previous elbow.
yes.
Yeah. So Johnny Evans, unfortunately, he gets his verdict tomorrow.
Yeah.
We don't have that for you. I apologize for the timing. But let's go to the game. Early part of the game, Marcus Rojo gave up a clear-cut penalty. Newcastle should have had a penalty kick. There's no denying it.
Nope. He very clearly just right in front of him.
Yeah, it was. I mean,
Leg
I can't
out,
believe.
stop the play.
Yeah, it was so bad. It was so bad.
There's a lot of that going on.
But it wasn't as bad as the play at the end of the game.
You talking about the Tim Krul assist?
Yeah. First of all, the defender back passes to Tim Krul, which was horrible to begin with because when you're trying to clear the ball, just clear the ball.
Yeah, there was a lot of United people on him.
And Tim Krul then tries to clear the ball, misses his defender, goes right to Ashley Young. He puts it,
Slots it.
Another 3 points for Manchester United.
A lot of luck for the United.
Bravo.
This season. Just a really quick note about the bans. You know, it's interesting to see that the FA will give these sorts of bans for spitting. John Terry was a racist and got 4.
Well, Suarez got 8.
Suarez got 8 for his. He got 10 for the bite, 8 for being a racist.
Yeah.
How do you guys feel like that stacks up? Is that fair? Do you think there should be longer bans? Is that too short of a ban for spitting? Let us know what you think. But let's move on. Let's keep going.
Let's go to your squad, Arsenal. How'd they do?
We got a win. We got a 2-1 win for the second time. The second time we played QPR this year. It's the second time Same score. Interesting fact is Charlie Austin and Alexis both scored in both the games. The only differential was Olivier Giroud scoring this one. Thomas Rosicky scored in the last one.
The previous game, right?
Yeah. It's Charlie Austin's now up to 15, I believe, for the season. Very surprising. He is QPR's shining
light. His
light.
The
yes,
beacon.
Indeed. He is. Alexis is up to 13.
15 goals in a season, though, is still. I mean,
it's good.
That's good. That's
but your
good.
team is in relegation, so it doesn't help. Anyway,
even if the team goes down, he's not going with them. It's pretty much what's happening.
Giroud, that's 5 in the last 5 in all comps. It was not an easy game for Arsenal, but they did get the win. Second half, QPR just couldn't handle it. Arsenal got wide. They got wider than a double wide. Yeah, that's pretty wide. Arsenal is now kind of cementing, I feel, that top
they're
4.
definitely cementing 3rd. And they are in good form.
I think they can push a little farther.
I'm not denying that. There's only a 4-point gap between you and City right now.
Could they possibly go for the title? I think if they win out and Chelsea and City slip up, who knows?
Yeah.
Maybe Arsenal.
Like we said, we were excited 2 weeks ago because now we finally have a race.
That's it.
It's tightening up. It's great. But let's talk about another team that is in better form than Arsenal.
That's very fair.
Let's talk about the other boys in red.
Liverpool.
The Liverbirds.
Here's a little fun fact for y'all, and maybe you knew this, maybe you didn't. If the season had started at the turn of the new year, Liverpool would be top.
Yep.
They have not lost this year.
Yep.
They are 8-2-0. Arsenal is 8-0-2. Chelsea, I believe, would be
6-3-1.
Yeah.
It'd be 1-2-3. It'd be Liverpool, Arsenal, Chelsea.
That's very interesting. Liverpool is in good run of form. Let's talk about the game really quick. Jordan Henderson become the new Steven Gerrard.
Fantastic goal.
What a shot, man! He had just put power on it. It looked like Stevie G circa.
We watched Coutinho try and do exactly what he did in the match against City to get kind of to that arc and just do his fancy shooting. It reflected back to Jordan Henderson. He comes in, Steven Gerrard fashion, Captain Bandon all steps up, buries it. Amazing goal. I mean, it was like seeing Steven Gerrard. It was fantastic.
It really was.
Yeah.
A younger Steven Gerrard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and then we had another good goal into it.
Sturridge.
Sturridge had a fantastic header. I'm sorry.
It was great.
It was fantastically
great.
placed. That it's not an easy technique to master, he did it. He showed that he has mastered it.
Slotted it real nice.
Yeah, it was fantastic. But Liverpool, man, they've been on form.
They have.
It was 2-0.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that. And I feel like Liverpool probably could have had one, maybe two more. Burnley, none. They deserved none. They had one shot on target. The entire game.
Whole game.
Yeah, so
that's bad stats.
Brendan Rodgers, salute to you.
He's got it right.
The
defense,
You talked 3 months ago. We were talking about him getting sacked.
Mm-hmm.
So
and look how fast he turned that around. They're starting to find a little bit of that pep in their step like they had last year. So here's my question to you, and for you, the people viewing. Mm-hmm. How do you see it? Do you think Liverpool's gonna make top 4?
Yes.
You think they're definitely
yes.
Okay. What do you guys think out there? Do you think Liverpool makes top 4? Do you think they maybe finish in that 5th Europa League spot? We want to hear what you guys think is going to happen. But let's move on for now, talking about that top scorer spot. Going to move to Southampton real fast. They squeaked it out. My Saints, becoming a fan, as I've said, squeaked it out. Sadio Mane, he got a late poacher goal off of a Ward-Prowse shot. And
game was over.
They got the win. It wasn't exciting football to watch.
No, it was actually very boring.
Alan Pardew was pretty butthurt about the whole thing after. He was like, well, we deserved at least a point. Well, you didn't get it, Alan Pardew. It's Alan Pardew's first loss away from home. He had a 4-game win streak away from home.
Yep.
And now Saints, they came marching all over it. And they just went on. And, I think Saints have a very good chance. I would say that the Saints are going to finish in a Europe spot. If I was a betting man, I wouldn't put much money on. I'd put about 50p on there.
All right, so let's move on. We had City versus Leicester. Everyone knows that Liverpool beat Man City last weekend.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So City really needed to bounce back, and, well, they did.
And they did.
I mean, it wasn't super convincing fashion. It wasn't like the Newcastle game 2 weeks ago, all right? Because that was just a demolition.
Yep.
We had some changes in the starting 11, though, this week.
The most interesting of which, would you say, is Vincent Kompany.
On the bench.
Starting on the bench.
Well-deserved.
The captain himself. Yeah, he wasn't in too good form, was he? Would you say that you feel he was pretty responsible for some of the goals?
Yes.
Why is that?
Well, because he tries to do too much. He steps up from the back, and he can't do that. I understand we're supposed to be an attacking squad. We play the 4-4-2. You go up, everything's, offensive. So this week, we put him on the bench.
Yeah.
We had Mangala and Di Michelis in the back, and they just played defense.
Yeah.
That's all they did. We got a clean sheet, which always looks good. I understand it's Leicester. I'm not praising the gods. Man City's going to win the title for the next 6 years. No, I'm not saying that. We didn't play fantastic, but I also feel like Wilfred Boney didn't play great. He was in the starting 11 as well.
He did start a couple missed shots.
Yeah.
That you gotta feel like a Dzeko
Would have scored.
or possibly even Jovetic. You know,
Would have
he's not-
scored. There was one point where Aguero probably could have shot, and he flicked it to Boney, like laid it on a platter, and you could see in Boney's face, he's like, should have made that. So
he was in some good scoring form for Swans before he got traded. So,
but it was 2-0. Silva scores before halftime. Always a great time to score.
always.
And then Milner comes on later in the game for Boney, actually. And he scored another goal at the end of the game. I mean,
It's a couple from Milner this season.
yeah, he's been great. He's been
Yeah,
fantastic.
with his luscious chin line.
So let's talk about essentially the title holder for this season right now is Chelsea. Like we always say, it's their title, to lose. Hazard scores, and Mourinho works his magic once again. 1-0 victory. Game over.
He really knows how to squeak him out, doesn't he, Mourinho?
Oh, I can't say a bad thing about him though for that tactic that he can do. His record in like 1-0s and cups is fantastic.
Yeah.
It's some of the best.
He has, I believe, in cups, it's one loss. In
One
all
loss.
of his cup finals.
One out of 22.
And that's in cup finals.
Yeah. That's silverware on the line. He's won 21 out of 22. That's fantastic.
Let's just say he likes that silverware.
Yeah.
But West Ham on paper had more shots on target.
It's true.
7-3. They outshot them. So what does that say about Courtois then?
Savior.
He is the savior of Chelsea.
He's been great this year.
He really has. He's been I think Chelsea was just
6'6" or 6'7". He's a huge frame and goal. Athletic. I mean, we saw a lot of it. Champions League final last year under Atleti.
Yeah.
I mean, he is just. I mean, you immediately understood that call back off alone.
Oh yeah.
You were like,
Oh yeah.
Jose's like, no, I want him back. I want him back. I feel bad for Petr because he was also a fantastic keeper.
Oh yeah.
But I do not think Petr Cech's better than Courtois.
The other top contender we got is Tottenham Hotspur. They played the Swans.
John Joe Shelby.
The Bond villain. Bond villain couldn't pull out his mastermind skills for this
wish.
one. Couldn't pull him out. It was 3-2 in Tottenham's favor, and some brilliant goalkeeping to keep their 3 points.
Yeah, right at the end, Hugo Lloris had some fantastic saves.
He's had a couple this season.
In the last 2 minutes of the game. They even had the keeper up there for the Swans, which was fantastic. I love it when a keeper goes up at the end.
Oh, yeah.
But Hugo Lloris saved him. I feel like if it was any other keeper, besides like the top keepers, obviously, it would have been 3-3. And I almost feel at some point it should have been 3-3 because Tottenham couldn't put the game away. 60th minute was 3-1. Shut down the game. But you're dealing with the Swans. They don't give up.
They don't. They got some fight.
They really push.
They really did.
Really showed that Tottenham can't put the games away.
They can't hold that lead without feeling the pressure.
Yeah.
They're kind of like Arsenal in that sense, where I feel like they really like doing things the hard way.
Well,
all right. I believe that's it.
Yeah, that's it
for us. That's the Premier League. That's all we're gonna talk about for today. Cheers to you, my friend.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching. As always, we have a full-length podcast where we talk about stuff a little bit more in depth than we do here. If you like what you see, subscribe,
please.
Pretty please, with sugar on top. Leave us comments about the questions we asked. Yeah. If you have something to say, you know where to leave them.
Yeah.
They're not up. We also are on Facebook. We're on Twitter. We're on Instagram. You can find us on Facebook just simply at Banter Zone. You can find us on Twitter at BanterZone90. You can find us on Instagram, Banter Zone Official.
Yep.
Next week is going to be interesting for us. You're going to be away in Florida.
Yeah, well, tomorrow I'm flying to Orlando to go to the Orlando New York City FC game.
Specifically for that.
Yes.
In full third rail regalia.
Yeah, I'm meeting up with the third rail guys at like a Brickyard Tavern or something like that.
Some sort of
We're catching a bus. We're gonna go meet up the Orlando firm Ruckus.
And then next Sunday we have the first ever home match.
Yeah, we'll both be there.
Yes,
so
we will.
If you guys are third rail members, meet us
Crunchy C-Scan.
and the other is Courtney Scissorhands.
Is she gonna be there too? Oh, the gang's all here, guys.
Yeah. So meet us if you're down. If you're gonna be down there at the game, meet us at Nevada Smith's. We'll be hanging out with the third rail.
And we're just gonna discaroo it all night.
Hopefully.
All right. So. It's been the Banter Zone. Benzo, as always.
BK.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
Yeah.
Banter Zone.